When I first started coaching, I thought it was all about the player. And then I realized that we have to teach and coach the person first. And that kind of falls into the culture. Okay, Gunner, here's yours. We adapt them to who we are, and they learn that it's a proven commodity that's successful. And once they realize that we can develop them and make them better as a person, then that will help them tremendously as a player. This is a team sport, and you have to be very unselfish, coaches and players. And so as we train and teach the person off the field, it helps us considerably when we do get them on the field. These guys are here for 4 years, they graduate, and just a very small percentage can make any money playing this game. So at that point, our athletic department, our coaching staff, and myself, we feel responsible for them from this point moving forward. And we teach them, and we hope that we instill things in them that they realize that they need to be prepared for the real world. And we work hard at that. We educate them on a lot of things that we were never educated on: how to balance a checkbook, how credit cards work, if you want to buy a house someday, all the things that happen to people when they get out there in the real world that they're confronted with. We try to educate them. That really helps our team, and I think that's important. So we give them a chance to be successful when they leave Oklahoma State. Well, we have our culture, our Cowboy culture, that gets us to the games. And then we have things that we talked about: no fear, no frustration, no fatigue. And then we have our effort, our leadership, our focus, and our toughness. Those are the things we use on game day. And what we try to do is teach our players how important it is to focus and take advantage of what we feel like other 19, 20, 21, 22, 23-year-olds can't do. The toughness to ignore the conditions: ice, sun, heat, pain. You have to ignore all those things. In order to get to a championship, those things have to be a non-factor. The effort, you have to be able to lead yourself and then others to places they can't take themselves. Our discipline ties in with our focus. You have to be able to focus enough to listen and be disciplined so you can display it on the field. All of those things tie in on game day, and then the culture that we've created is the other 350 days a year that helps gets us to that point. I think the most important thing that young people can do in athletics or even outside is to put all the time and effort into where people look at you and say you're doing everything you can for success. See, life and a football season and a career has to be a marathon and not a sprint. If it were a bunch of sprints, there'd be too many wins and losses. We have to understand it's a marathon and there's a bigger picture. And as long as you're doing the very best you can, and if you're struggling, you need to correct those issues and make it better and just keep moving forward. That's the only way, in our opinion, is to realize it's a marathon and not a sprint.